Hello, welcome to World of WoqlCraft. So this is the end of the week, like Friday. So like there will be weekend, and then do whatever you like. But today I want to give you some exciting updates from the TerminusDB HQ here. That we finally have our Terminus Hub launched. So I think I will first give you a tour on Hub and yeah, so this is super exciting because now you can basically use it and it's free. It's forever free if you are just using publishing product data, or like the thing that is provided is enough. You can have 6 collaborators. But if you want more than that, you have options to upgrade to Pro in a very affordable price. And if your company need uh, a graph database revision control solution, of course you can contact us. So yeah, this is amazing. And for Download Center, that's another exciting things going on here. Well, you can always start with what is known previously as Quick Start. Now we rename it as Bootstrap because Quick Start Quick Start is now to be used in another context because you see why. So this is what we did before, right? We have Docker, we get the image and all this stuff, but now we can download an app, a desktop app, if you're using Linux or Windows. Unfortunately, I'm using Mac, which this is not ready yet. So I still have to wait, but everybody else who use Linux or Windows, you can use, download it and use it. But it's not very stable yet. We can't guarantee, but it's already there. It's baby steps, and we'll have another release next week as well to just buff all the kind of smooth all these corners and make it more better. So you have a few days to test it out. If you see anything that is abnormal, please let us know. um and it's great. We have our new documentation, which oops, yeah, I think there's some caches in my computer, so it's kind of weird. But and another thing is that now you can clone a database online to your local machine. So this is actually my console. So this is the new console. I can show you. Oops, if it could go. Yeah, this is the front page of your console. So this is new. And what you will have is that, well, you can clone all these database online. So some of them is like the tutorial that we have done before, and the most amazing one is DBpedia. It's but use it with caution because it's really big. So if you clone it, it will take a while to clone. So please be prepared and please don't worry too much if it takes a long time to load. It's normal. Um, Also, WordNet, Gavin is working on it. I would see if I can show you a little bit of the progress on WordNet a little bit later. And yeah, basically all the tutorial things is there. You don't have to run the code now. You can just pull the data download it, and then you can just run some query on it. Yeah, you don't have to load it in by yourself. So that's the good thing. Right, my camera is super weird. Let me try to fix it. Yeah, basically just it zooms out too much, so you can see my my green corner of my green screen. But anyway, it's fine. Um, so what else is new? So if you have some database, you can invite people to oops, yeah. That's the thing. I am not a very good GUI person because I have no patience, just randomly clicking stuff. So yeah, now you can invite people to collaborate with you. So for example, I have this spacey graph that I was working on. I can actually, yeah, I can clone it, have another copy of it. I can, of course, delete it, but so all the information is here. I've been working on it, and yeah, you see all the stacks is now here. The front page, you can, of course, you can click on it to see, you can, save it to Terminus Hub, and you can, create branches, query all this stuff, and so yeah, let's have a look at what I can share. So yeah, I don't know which one is the one that I was working on. These two NLP graph. So I'm a bit confused myself because I have been working on it for a bit, and 3 days ago, 8 properties. Yeah. Okay. So let's try to, for example, save it to Hub. And then now, if you save something to Hub, you can upload an image, or select an icon. So yeah, you can grab something. There's lots of icon to choose from if you like can't be bothered to upload a picture. But I think what I'll do is you can maybe upload a picture of a book or something on it, for the spacey graph, or I can just use this for now. I don't know. And then so I can make a private database, and then I can it can be schema free, but I think like most of the cases you want it to be with schema. And I'm the person who is publishing it, and you can you can actually go to change it. I'll show you in a bit. Like you can use emoji in your name, which is great. And yeah, so you can type in the name and description, all this stuff, and then you can share it on Hub. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, I'm logged in, so you have to log in first. So yeah, so you see that I've published it, and yeah, so this is Spacey Graph, and people can flock and clone it, and or I can send invitation. Oh, no one is sending me invitations. That's okay. Yeah, so if I want to share my, let's say my graph, let's go back to home. If I want to, share my graph, I can just like give someone the link, and then they could, they could found it if it's on Hub. So this is a private database, and you can pull and push. So this is like to make things synchronize. And if someone's changing it, then you can, pull it again. Um, yeah, everything is just in place now, so you can create a new branch from here, the main branch, and then you can create a new branch. Um, oops, yeah. Oh, this is remote, yeah, so maybe I have to do it locally first. So everything's here, and you can add remote, which is, the branch I've just, yeah, you can create a branch here locally and merge them. So that's like everything is just in place now. It's like crazily like so different from the previous version. And you have your profile, and I think first of all you have to really like register for an account. So yeah, just have to go to TerminusDB here, and not here but TerminusDB Hub, and then then like if you're not logged in, then you can have options to sign in for an account. Create an account for free. Remember, like you got free versions. You can use, basically you can do most of everything, like that you could do. Yeah. What else is new? So yeah, you can actually edit it and change your name and everything. And yeah, so you can use emoji, which is great. You can upload a picture of you. Um, yeah. So this is new. Like all these is like it's just we just actually release it. So like yeah, it's very very fresh, as fresh as I don't know, fruits. So yeah, like all these new, and like we have like now a lot of like tutorials, like and introductions videos. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And what else I want to talk about? So, oh, another thing that is also new is that I have this book just arrived. So this, oh, it's a bit transparent for the blue part, but it's a bit funny. So, this is a book that was recommended by Guido van Bossum. That yeah, like he recommended this book by Nadia. Let's talk about open source working in public. So yeah, I haven't read it. It's just arrived basically. It just came to my door a few minutes ago, and yeah, and this is really cool. And this will be my bedtime reading from now on. Um, yeah, so this is, I think it's a book that all the open source project need. And of course, we are open source. TerminusDB is open source database, forever open source. So yeah, I think this is good to have that book. And so I think that's all about like what's exciting happening right now. And I will go to the thing that we left up last time. So last time I tried to load in the WordNet and it was super complicated. And Gavin come in and help. And basically he did a lot of work on it. So now we can see what is updated. So yeah, last time we load in the WordNet in chunks, so it has been done. And actually, you can now get it from Hub. You can get it from, when you go to like clone the database, then you could choose from the WordNet here. So you don't have to load it in anymore because like I haven't uploaded, so you can just clone it from here. You don't have to upload it from this yourself. So what I'm looking at is all the scripts, loading WordNet and WordNet.query. So loading, we have done it last time. Basically, we just load it by chunk. We just like push it all on a schemaless graph. So they are like all the triples are in there. So now that the challenge is to how to make sense of the data that we have, right? So yeah, maybe I'll go through it again. So yeah, we connect to the database using the client, and then we create it if it doesn't exist. Then well, we have all these chunks that created from the zip file. We break all these different um, triples into different chunks of files. Then for each of them, we just open them and then use a very like just read them as a total file, and then we just push them by using insert triples, which is a more low level method to call. So we just put them in the main, and it's the instance graph. We don't have a schema yet, and then we just push them all in, and then after loading it, then yeah, actually what you can do is like you can squish things like into main, but like now we have already loaded in main, so I think this is not really helpful. But what you can do is that you can create another branch and load them in, and then you have all these like different commit, right? So you can actually squish off them and put them in main. So that's what we did. And now we can make sense of the data here with this script by Gavin here. And let's have a look through it. And I haven't really tried out yet. But the first thing, I think we have to use the 127.0.0.1, I think. And my database is running on 0.0, so I'll change this just for myself. And then this is very standard. You have all these like, this is the protocol of how to connect to the TerminusDB backend. And yeah, look up definition. So yeah, so these are the methods, the functions that Gavin has written. That basically you're looking up a word and things that is related to the word. So last time, remember, we see a lot of things that basically it doesn't make sense, and I think this is how you can construct a query that make it work. Because I think from the WordNet, if we look at it here, maybe my local version of it, where was it? I'm a bit lost now because I've got so many tabs. Right, so let's go to mine. I do have my local version here, and it's loading. Nope. Or maybe because I've updated the back end, so maybe it doesn't work now. Doesn't matter. I can clone the one that Gavin made. So let me do the cloning. So yeah, so let me get it. Is it doing something? I haven't seen it. So maybe here, clone it. Yeah. So now I can create something WordNet. And because I already have one WordNet, so this will be WordNet 1, but that's fine. Create clone. So I'm cloning it, I think. Is it doing something? Or maybe it's done. So let me go back. Oops. Failed to clone for some reason. Is it because I have two things running? So yeah. Maybe I haven't refreshed some like kind of, I have an old version volume and a new version volume or something like that. But anyway, okay, I have to fix it by, maybe remove everything and start over again, but that's okay. I really wish that there is an app for Mac, so I don't have to like every time do this like Docker container thing that I really don't keen on doing, because Docker sometimes can be really tricky. And all this volume and stuff, I'm not specialized in DevOps or anything like that, so enough Docker enough for me to go by. So yeah, so I would just like just really read through the script to see what's going on here, so we have an idea. Um, so we have distinct queries. This is what I tried to achieve last time, and I asked Gavin, and basically he implemented this thing that now you can have something, and then you know last time, if you remember, we have multiple queries, right? There's like for one entry of word, you've got many things about that word. So you could basically make a distinct, so which is kind of like all this duplicate will be removed, and then you're looking up for this written wrap. So remember last time this have like a definition or something like that, and then you want all this different canonical form as well, so just to like give you more information about it and the sense of it. And this is very NLP. All these like terms, like it may be not very familiar if you're not like familiar with NLP like terms. So yeah, all these like lemma. So it's like, is it a lexical, sense, and then like part of speech. And so basically this is extracting all the definition, kind of like the dictionary entry for a word that is imported here. So yeah, you can have word here. So basically you're just looking that up. So everything that, that word, I think written wrap is the word itself. Yeah, here, sorry. Yeah, it's the word, and then we're looking up for all these like canonical form, all this like information about the word here, definition, part of speech. And then um, after that, we would get some results back, and then we want to represent them, loop through them. So yeah, we just basically change this result representation. If you remember, the results we get from the backend actually is a dictionary that has the binding in it. So you can see that we have the binding, and then inside the binding it will be like all these different stuff. So this is a better representation if we kind of rewrite them, right? So we have the word, we just like put them in a dictionary that kind of makes sense to us. So we pick out the parts of speech and put it there, and the definitions value. So instead of having that, kind of something like that, it's the literal representation in a JSON LD. So we would have, just the definition as a string here. So we can also find autonomous words as well. So similar things happening here. Just queries a little bit different. We are using different information in the graph. So yeah, I think the challenge is just that the graph is a little bit messy, a little bit like using a lot of terms that is very NLP, and if you're not familiar with that, that is quite difficult. And yeah, so again, we're just like cleaning them up and put it in a format that we like. And also, yeah, there are all these different stuff, but after that, like when you have all this, it will be super useful if you try to study some, breakdown of the word. If you're doing some NLP research, that would be very handy to just like extract information about a word very easily. Um, so yeah, parts of speech, this is parsing the parts of speech, because it'll come back like a URL, right? And then we don't like that. We like it to be very simple. So we just represent it by V and A. So this is kind of like a dictionary, like what you see in a dictionary. Otherwise unknown. And then, so this is just trying on different words, and you can see that you will see all this different stuff. And so we can try running it actually to see. Oh, but it won't work, right? Because I don't have well, it may or may not work. Let's try it, because like we definitely we can see it in console, because again, like some things that Docker was playing on me, but we could try to see if we can run it here. So yeah, so let's do a so first of all, we have to go to the WordNet thing, and then we would do a Python, net query, right? So, oops. Oh, I'm using the wrong environment. Oh, geez. Right. Let me see. Can I change it here? Pine activate. Which one would be? Oops. Sorry. Yeah. So let's try. Right. So maybe now it works. I've never changed an environment in a terminal in Jupyter Notebook. That's super strange for me. So what's going on here? Yeah, maybe it's again like the Docker thing is not matching. I have to like really start from scratch because I have some new and old version there. So it's kind of conflicting each other. So I can't run anything at the moment. But so yeah, like so this is actually there now. So you could play around. It's in the tutorial repo. And yeah, I don't have much plan to show you today actually, because it has been a busy week releasing. Oh, and also the Python client is released. So yeah, I should be like really proud to PyPI TerminusDB client. So yeah, I should be very proud to show you my my work this week. So it has been released. So 3.0.3.1. So yeah, because like I realized there was a problem right after I published 0.3.0, so I just immediately patched it. But yeah, now it works with TerminusDB 3, which is just released. And so if you're still using the old version, you have to make sure that you're using a matching version for you. And yeah, so basically everything is still the same. But oh, I can show you something. I can show you. Oh, actually, I can just click on docs. Is it? Stupid me. And yeah, so what's new in the client? So we should put a release note in the doc. Oh, that's what I gotta do in the future. So what's new is that so yeah, of course, it's kind of the Python client is updated, and this is actually like default prefix and schema graph happening on the server. So it's just updating it to work on the server more smoothly. And now we can do revision control smoothly. Like you could basically do branch and merge all of them. You can do it in the Python client. And yes, thank you, Luke. And yeah, I should be proud. So well, now we can use files. So this is actually a contribution. Well, I mean, like the idea was there, but like the code is written by our contributor, so that's really great. So now we have the vars method to quickly change all this variable into like the v strings. And then you can reset. You can add it. It's like CSV uploads. You can have the post method for that, and then we have the triple endpoint. And so this is like we can insert triple now. This is like what we have done with the WordNet. I've just showed you a few minutes ago, and now we can count triple. So this is all like some of them are really like happening at the back side of it, so you don't really feel the difference. The API is more or less the same. And the smart query is like something that I've just starting to implement, which will you know you can create schema and object in the graph more smoothly because it kind of work as a Python object, and it will work in the Python side before you push it to the back end. So it's actually kind of like stop some error from happening before you really try it to the back end, and you will see it more easily by looking at the code in Python rather than like it's difficult to know what's going on in the back end. So but it's in beta. There's still a lot of functionality need to be added, but it's there right now. And there are also bug that has been fixed. So yeah. And then if we look at the doc, so the doc is also done. So now we have the smart query. So um, here, sorry that like the docstring basically doesn't exist, but you can see that I've added a few things. So now we have a terminus DB object. that, or let me make it bigger. I feel this a little bit small. So we have a TerminusDB object. So basically it's the database. So in the TerminusDB you can add class and add object. So add class is adding like kind of a doc type in the schema. So you can see that you have the Wacko class. So basically this is adding some doc type in the schema, and you can you can create this doc type and then you can add the property to it. And same with object. Object is actually a document in the graph, and then it's similar. You can add the property there. But when you add an object into the into Terminus DB, then basically we check whether the class that it belongs to exists. Because when you create this Wacko object, that basically you have to put in the object type, which is supposed to be either so it needs to be a Wacko class, right? So yeah. So hello, Brad. Yay! Yeah, we are so happy about TerminusDB 3.0. So thank you so much, and I hope you would enjoyed it as well, and also have fun playing around, and it will become more stable over time. Next week we'll already like have plans to put in more improvements, but it's already there. You can download it, you can try it, and make sure you register for Hub and get all the goodies. You can create your own profile, you can clone all this database and upload your own database. So yeah, make sure you register. It's free. Um, yeah, I think that's more or less what I want to say this week. It's not a big episode today because we have done a lot of things. We were just like so excited to let you know what's going on, like really really like recently because we just released it, and so next week it will be more like a yay, yeah. So next week it will be more like a well, maybe like more further details about what's new, and maybe we have more like use case of how to make use of Hub and do things on Hub and all this stuff. And we also need to have like actually we already have the idea of resuming the podcast very very soon because now we have Hub and we are expecting a lot of more users, more use cases, and so yeah, it would be like a good way to connect with people, and people can ask us questions and all this stuff. So be excited. And I don't know why I'm blurred. My camera is weird. Okay, so yeah, be excited, and yeah, we will see you next week, and we will show a lot of more interesting stuff. So goodbye for now, and enjoy the weekend, and see you next week. Bye.